What's up, vapors? Thanks for checking out Spin Fuel's Daily Vape TV. My name is Nick, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Council of Vapor Kindred 2. If you're someone that's looking to get into a mechanical mod and wants to go authentic rather than buy a clone, this mod would be definitely for you. So first of all, before I get into the specifications on this device, I do want to give a huge shout out to eLiquids and Council of Vapor for sending me this product for the purpose of review. Really do appreciate all the support, guys. Thank you very much for letting me do this for you. I love this thing so far. Let's get into the specs. It is a 510 threaded device, and all the threads all the way through are nice and buttery smooth as well. So all your devices will fit on here. It is a 18650 mod only, which I think is a massive improvement over the previous versions, which have had the separated tubes to allow for different battery sizes. But in this day and age, if you're going to be using a mechanical mod, 9 times out of 10 you're going to be using an 18650. It is a slimmer design. It is much smaller in statute as well, so smaller on width-wise and lengthwise, which I like as well. It fits in your hand really nicely. The other two are a little bit cumbersome and bigger versions, so definite improvement over the previous versions there. It also has a single magnetic switch here, or a single piece magnetic switch rather than the two-piece switches in the 1 and the 1.5. So again, another improvement. I'm really glad they listened to the consumers and the general public, and just where the technology is going to go. It also has silver-plated copper contacts, so very high conductivity on those. Recessed ridge top cap, which has a little bit of a design, which I'll show you in the close-up section of the video. It has decreased voltage drop, which I don't know how they did that, because the previous 2 iterations of this device hit like a freaking Mack truck. So this thing, being copper with silver-plated contacts, is going to be a very high level of conductivity between your battery and your RDA. So very low voltage drop, I'm guessing around the 0.12 area. Also, it has a 4-digit authentication serial number on the front there, which I will show you in the close-ups as well. So for a first-time mech mod buyer that's looking to go something really nice, authentic, and low price, this one is the top of my list as far as mods go. These retail for only $85, and you can find all the details on where you can purchase these in the description below, so make sure you check out the links there. I'll have them there for you guys. Anyways, overall, I'm absolutely loving this device so far. It hits really hard, and it looks amazing with the Royal Hunter on there. So anyways, let's go down to the close-up view, get a better look at this device, break it all apart, and then we'll go and talk about it a little bit more after this. So as you can see, I have the Kindred mod right here. Kindred logo right on the bag. This is exactly how I got it, in this little bag with little bubble wrap. Here's the Council of Vapor logo, and on the back it has their councilvapor.com, their website, and their Facebook page as well. And it's a nice black kind of velveteen bag. Nothing too fancy, but it's kind of nice to have a little pouch, something like that if you're transporting it. You don't want to get all scratched up. It's a nice drawstring on the end too with this little thing. So let's go ahead and dive in and see what we got in front of us. So here's the Kindred version 2, the slimmer, lighter, trimmed down version of the original Kindred mods that I've been showing you. This one they have made some slight improvements on as well, which I'll go over. First of all, let's start from the top down, break this thing all apart, and I'll show you all the different pieces. So we'll start with the top cap section. And as you can see, they have the original kind of cutout look to it. And these actually don't really serve any purpose, just kind of a nice design. I really wish they would put a tiny bit of airflow underneath the deck, maybe just cut out the tips of these here or something like that. And one thing you do have to be careful of with this is if you get any juice underneath the atomizer deck, it could these channels could direct it right onto that 510 connection. So just keep that in mind if you do own one of these or you're planning on buying one. Just keep that in mind. Don't overjuice, and you should be all good. So yeah, nice threading, really gorgeous. Definitely no complaints in that department. Everything goes on real buttery smooth. As far as the connections here, reverse threaded connection. So you have this kind of two-piece screw here. When you screw your atomizer down and then make contact with the first bottom screw, then you make contact with your battery with the top screw here, and these are reverse threaded as well. Yeah, silver plated as well, which makes for great conductivity. No complaints there. So let's move on to the tube section. Here is the center tube of the Kindred version 2. Thinner walls than before. I know before it had like a 23 or 23.5 millimeter width. This one is 22 millimeters. The walls are a decent thickness, but not too thick where it's going to cause excess weight. The function of this thing is really great though. No complaints as far as how it fires or anything like that. It does hit pretty hard, especially since it's a copper version. Here's the Kindred logo. Hopefully you guys can see that. My serial number is 0112A. I absolutely love the engravings on these things. Top notch as far as I'm concerned. And on the back it says Kindred 2. Again, no complaints about the threads or anything like that. Nice and smooth. So let's get these out of the way. Move on to the base, the switch piece here. So it has a further battery adjustment, so if you wanted to raise your battery up off that contact a little bit, you can do so just by rotating that around. And it also, you can get that apart if you want to clean the whole bottom piece to it as well. Again, silver plated contacts, which increases the conductivity. It uses a C-clamp to hold in the magnetic switch, and the magnetic switch has a decent throw, not too heavy, not too light, just right in my opinion. The reverse threaded locking ring, just lock it like that and unlock it like that. And I have noticed that the button sticks out ever so slightly. Maybe you guys can see that in this shot. But yeah, it just sticks out ever so slightly, which can cause a little bit of a wobble to it if you leave it unlocked on a table. But it doesn't fire if you don't have it locked. So if you're just setting it down, which is a nice thing as well. And on the bottom, you can see the Council of Vapor logo. Hopefully, it's not too shiny so you can kind of see it. But yeah, again, absolutely love the engravings. Nice and subtle, doesn't get in the way, not too chunky, doesn't feel weird in your hand or anything like that. So yeah, top notch. I do want to mention a few things before we go back to the main screen. Hopefully you guys can see that this mod is two different colors. So you have your shiny bit at the end with the switch, and this is more kind of dull. I did receive it in immaculate shape, nothing wrong with it when I got it, but since the time that I've been testing this thing out, I have been unlocking and locking over and over and over again, and it seems to have gotten rid of all that coating, because there's a coating on the tube section of the mod, and it seems like the coating is worn off on my base here. I actually had to polish it up before the video, so it didn't look, all patinaed down. I did want to comment and say that I will be saying this in the cons later, but you can really tell the difference between a coated copper and an uncoated copper. Me being a big-time copper mod fan, I should say, I really like the look of nice shiny copper. I like the look of dull patinaed copper. It doesn't matter to me, and I just think that the sealing of the tube section itself is unnecessary. I mean, for those of you out there, just let me know in the comments what you think about patinaed copper, shine copper, or coated copper like this here. I mean, personally, it feels a little bit sticky in my hand, which I don't know, it kind of bugs me a little bit. Again, I'll be mentioning this when we go back to the main screen, but I just wanted to show you guys the big difference in the color, and let's get a close-up shot of that. So there you go. You can definitely tell the difference. Alright, so I'm going to throw the Royal Hunter on here next and show you just a quick demonstration of it firing up in close-up, and then we'll go back to the main screen and have a vape. Alright, so that was just a quick vapor production shot. Let's go back to the main screen, have a quick vape, and talk about this thing some more. Alright, so you just took a nice close-up look at the Kindred version 2. Now we're going to talk about it a little bit more. Some pros, some cons, and whether or not I would purchase this device if I did not receive it for free for the purpose of review. So anyways, let's get into the pros. My first pro is going to be the fact that they're listening to the general public, they're listening to the reviewers like me, and they're adapting their mods to suit what the market kind of demands, in the sense that they slimmed it down, they made it shorter, they made it thinner. They maintained a 22mm width all the way through this mod, which I like. They're offering not only a copper version, but also a two-tone stainless and copper, which is really nice. It still hits hard, but it has a different look to it, and it would probably match a little bit nicer with this Royal Hunter. My second pro is going to be the single-piece magnetic switch. I love that they redesigned that. I really couldn't stand the two-piece switch, and I had problems with it backing out on me. This one does not back out. It uses a C-clamp in there to secure those magnets in place, which is really nice. The lock ring is really nice on this as well. The threading is just absolutely flawless, and it's really easy to lock and unlock, and it never gets stuck, which I like. Other than that, it maintains a solid, Council of Vapor standards. I really do like a lot of things about this mod, but a lot of them I've mentioned already from the previous iterations of this mod. As for the cons, the top cap, it worries me a little bit that these cutouts kind of lead directly into that 510 connection. In my opinion, they should definitely put a little guard around the inside of the 510 to prevent any leaking going directly into that 510 connection. That could lead to some problems, but if you don't over drip, I don't think you'll have any issues with that. My second con is going to be the fact that they coated this in some sort of clear coat. I did have to polish up this button right before this review because it did patina down quite a bit from a lot of wear and tear, and the coating actually wore off the bottom piece after a while, which kind of could be an issue. You'll start to notice little scratches and dings forming on the coating. It's not actually the mod that's getting all messed up, it's the coating itself. So for me personally, the first thing I would do if I would purchase this device is probably find a way to get that coating off of there and then polish the crap out of this mod. I really like the look of shiny copper, and to maintain that look all the way through, I think that would be a lot better in my opinion. Really the only other thing that bugs me about this mod is the fact that when I put it down on the table without locking it, on the pro side it doesn't fire, which other mods that I've had will fire if it's not locked. But it doesn't fire, but it actually wobbles quite a bit, and that could lead to issues if someone bumps the table or bumps your mod or anything like that. It's going to fall over, and you want to be careful with these things. These things are kind of expensive, so if you want to take care of your stuff, do yourself a favor and just at least put a few spins on the lock ring before you put it down on a table. That way it stays a lot more stable. Other than that, though, I really have no complaints other than what I mentioned. So This thing is a really nice, hard-hitting, great introductory mod for all you first-time mech mod buyers out there that don't want to go the clone route. For only a few dollars more than a clone, you can buy it yourself at Council of Vapor Kindred version 2. So I would highly recommend this to anyone that's looking to get into using a mechanical mod or might want a slight upgrade from a clone. This one's definitely going to be for you. So my final topic for this review is going to be whether or not I would purchase this device if I did not receive it for free. And my answer would be probably yes. I do have quite a few copper mods in my collection, but I'm a big time copper fanatic. For the price, you can't go wrong. You can't really beat it. So definitely check out the links in the description if you want to purchase one of these for yourself. So that about does it for the video, guys. I just want to thank Eve eLiquids and Council of Vapor once again for letting me do this review. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Check out www.spinfuel.com for lots more of my videos, as well as Smoke and Joey and Spinfuel videos. And as always, vape on.